Very welcome back now with nearly 2,000 wins and 24-year career. Wow, our next guest is one of the greatest jockeys of all time.
Almost 2,000 wins. That's unbelievable. Barry Geraghty joins us now to talk about his amazing career and Ireland's chances at this year's Cheltenham. But first, let's take a look at you in action, Barry.
And it's another win for Ireland in only the second race. 2 out of 2. Moscow Flyer with the angle. Moscow Flyer draws towards it, jumps it well.
Beautiful leap by the two leaders there. Simon Singh coming up towards it now. Got it a bit tight, but he's over it. He's clear by 2 lengths.
The champion chaser, Moscow Flyer with the win runner. Barry Geraghty, what a week he's having. It's going to be an Irish winner of the Towsport Cheltenham Gold Cup. Kicking away to win.
Hello, good morning, Barry. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you, cheers, Tommy.
We should point out what is sitting on the table here, the Cheltenham Gold Cup, which you have won twice.
Twice, yeah. So it's 100 years old, the Cheltenham Gold Cup. So it's an impressive piece. But yeah,
it's
beautiful.
It's stunning. Like, it's tiny because obviously it's the little cup on top of obviously the mantle or whatever else. There's a history behind this because it's 100 years old, but it actually went missing for a period of time. Is that right?
From 1970 to 2019, it turned up in a bank vault. And a phone call to the racecourse to say we think we found the Gold Cup, and it arrived into the racecourse in a Tesco bag.
Someone turned up in a Tesco bag with it. But like, had there been a
Every
big
little
search
helps,
for
my
it?
God.
Because obviously the Gold Cup is massive,
Yes.
100 years old, and it just goes missing.
I'm sure there was. I don't know the backstory, but I know of its arrival, but not its departure.
But you did get to hold
Yeah,
this twice
amazing.
in your career. What is it? 1,920 wins, and you're ranked 4th in all-time jockeys from Ireland and the UK. Barry, it was an immense career for 24 years.
Oh, it was, yeah. And I suppose it's what you dream of as a kid. So like it's from the age of 13, 14, this is what you want to do. You dedicate and devote your life to it, and it's your dream. And to get the chance to fulfil it and to win races like the Cheltenham Gold Cup and ride, lucky enough to ride multiple winners at the Cheltenham Festival, it's what you dream of, and you don't tire of it. I retired when I was 40, and I had 5 winners at my last festival, which was, it was a good way for me to sign off as you could, but you're still living the dream, even at 40.
I mean, and I think were you 40? Yeah, 40 then to retire at that age and to still be at the very top of your game. Like, is it more difficult to step away knowing that you can still do it at the very top, or was it a nice way to be able to just sign off and that's me done and on to the next chapter?
Yeah, it's funny. I was preparing myself for it. Myself and my wife, we discussed it through the spring and thinking this is the time. I'm 40. I didn't want to keep going and regret it with a bad injury because I'd had enough injuries. But when that Cheltenham finished, we had lockdown. So I had 3 weeks then after Cheltenham thinking, do I need to stop?
Okay.
And I'm
God,
questioning
that
it.
Cheltenham, yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, I'm thinking, no, this is the time. You'll do it all again, and you'll say, well, I should have went last year, so no.
Because I chatted to AP McCoy, and he still struggles with it. What I find crazy, he missed almost getting hurt, the competitiveness of it.
Yeah. I don't miss getting hurt anyway.
No.
I suppose it's different for different people. For me, I'd say that was probably the big thing that was driving me, because I was unfortunately lost a few friends over the years. Yeah. The day before Bobsworth won his Gold Cup, JT McNamara had a horrific fall and was badly paralysed and unfortunately passed away since. Kieran Kelly, who was a good friend of mine from my youth as well, 2003, passed away from a heavy fall. So you have to balance it too. It doesn't go on forever, and you have kids and you have a family, and there is life outside of it.
Yeah, because you did, all jockeys, you bear the scars and the bruises of your careers. It's amazing, it's amazing what it is that you do, and to get back up. So training for something like Cheltenham, I'm almost fascinated by jockeys. What would that training have been like? Like, what would your life have been like leading up to the 4-day race festival?
It's the same all year round, nearly. If bar you're on holidays or bar you're injured, you're racing 3, 4, 5 days a week, and that nearly maintains your fitness level. So you just you're keeping on the graft, keeping on the treadmill, you're keeping going. You have to manage your weight, you have to manage your fitness. But it's once you are fit, it's probably easier to keep it there once you don't get injured. And if you're going to Cheltenham, you just need to be in a good place mentally and physically.
Okay.
So it's an experience counts for a lot in that. You don't get as
one
phased
big
by the big
party as
stage.
well. Like horse racing is one big party. So you know you have to be at the top of your game, but then it's party central. It's like rag week all the time.
Yeah, but not so much these days. So over my career, you could say the first half of through the late 90s into the 90s, there was more party then. And then when you get into 2010 onwards, when I'm in my 30s, so I suppose it probably worked well for me in life. It steadied a little bit. So no, it's not as wild as it was maybe.
Because you've lived both of that then. So you won the Gold Cup with Kicking King back in 2005. Were you 21 at that stage?
25.
25 at that stage. Unbelievable. And then Bobsworth, of course, remember, in 2013. Is it hard, because it's such a party, and I'm sure your family and friends all come over to watch it, but you're there focused. As a rugby player, I used to hate it because like you'd be on the bus driving and all you see is everybody out having the time of their lives. And you kind of wish, like, I wish I was out there having time. And they're probably looking up at us in the bus going, I wish I was in there. Like, did you find it hard to kind of, like, did you enjoy the pressure of Cheltenham and everybody's been there to watch?
I did, yeah. And I suppose I wouldn't swap places with the fella in the bar.
But the nerves, the nerves, but would you not have extra special nerves, particularly if you're riding maybe a favourite going into the Gold Cup?
Yeah, but I remember going down to start on Sprinter Sacra in his Arkle Chase 2012, and Cheltenham that year, for me and for a lot of people, was all about Sprinter Sacra.
Yeah,
he was the next coming. And it was the second race of the festival, and I was going on the way to the post, and I'm just thinking to myself, started overthinking a little bit, and then just checked myself and said, you know what, no, this is... Just do what you do every day of the week. Just keep it simple. So I would try not to, and probably, you know, you'd look around the wear of me, you'd see lads struggling with it, with the nerves and the build-up, but just believing in your horse, believing in yourself, and believing in what you do, and know that you will make the right decision at the time when it's needed.
Yeah. Was JP a great help? Because you rode under JP for a long time, McManus, and the experience he has. Was he good for that bit of advice, maybe when things we were getting on top of you?
Oh, definitely. Like, I was fortunate. My second winner at the festival was for JP, You Never Walk Alone. But the last 5 years of my career, I rode for JP. Brilliant. Just like that. No, take the pressure out of the situation.
Yeah.
You know, brilliant man to ride for, but he understands it. And yeah.
What's the rivalry like then? Because obviously there's this big thing about, you know, English winners and Irish winners at the festival, and you were looking at, was it Rachel Blackmore won 6 herself, and then the UK won, all of the UK jockeys won 5. Like, is there that rivalry there for the 4-day festival?
Well, it was very much the other way for years, where, like, go back to the 80s when Ireland were lucky to get 1 winner.
Yeah.
And, like, through my childhood, you'd have 3, maybe 5 was a big year if Ireland had 5 winners. But now it's gone the other way. England are lucky to get 5 or lucky to get 6. So I suppose it's more an individual competitiveness. But we'll want to see Ireland do well, but it's been a whitewash in recent years, just because the Irish trainers, the Irish jockeys, you know, the quality horses, but it will flip back to England at some stage, but it's just no sign of it changing at the minute.
Well, it's a pretty epic time at the minute. Now, I am putting on my gloves because you're only allowed to lift this if you have won it.
Our mime artist is about to take off.
We're going off here. So you can lift this and hand it to me because you've won it, is that right? But if anybody else has to have gloves on to lift it. Is that right?
That's what I'm told,
Can you pass it to me?
I wouldn't trust him with the gloves on either, Barry. I'm going to be honest.
Pass it over.
The Boodles
famous Cheltenham Gold Cup.
Okay,
we're going to take the big one.
Oh.
Look at that. Right, okay, well, Barry, who's going to be lifting it this year? We need to get the tips. What do you reckon?
Last year's winner, Gallop on the Champ, I think is going to be very hard to beat. And probably his biggest danger, another Irish horse, Fast or Slow. So they were first and second at Leopardstown at the weekend. They're the two, I'd say, that will take the beating.
You heard it here from Barry Geraghty. No one better to hear it from.
I mean, it's absolutely stunning just going through all the different winners here as well.
Bobsworth, there you are.
Bob's
looking at you there.
Our best mate as well. Barry, thank you so much for coming into us. Congratulations on retirement as well. We'll see you on Dance with the Stars with Davy Russell very soon as well.
I'm not sure about that one.
I'm sure you're voting for him anyway. This is stunning.
Thank you so much.
Love
Cheers,
it.
Barry.
Thank you.
We'll be back with you on Ireland Day.
Don't get to lift many trophies.
I was just about to say, are you enjoying it a bit too much? We'll talk to you in a minute.